The reason I shared about the work through this lens of liberation is that a lot of people, if they've done personal development work before or they've done group work before, there is a tendency to think that the way in which we actually move in a space like this is to show our issues, blocks, pain, and problems. In other words, we're so conditioned in the therapeutic model of like, I've got an issue with my relationship, I've got a problem with my health, I've got a dilemma in my career and purpose, right? Leading with the mind around what we think isn't working in our life. And so we've already concluded I have a block or an issue, and I want to bring it so that all of us can be helped in resolving or releasing that problem, block, or issue. And that's not what we do here. That's a processing circle. That's a place where you kind of come in with your issues and then you get it worked out and you process that problem or that issue or that emotional pain that is unresolved. And in Heart IQ, we come to it from a different perspective. And I think if there's anything to remember about what I'm about to say there today, this is the piece right here. So if somebody were to say, what is it? It's coming, okay? You ready? Take a breath. It's about to come. So riding. If you follow your joy, your pain will find you. You don't need to look for your issues. You just need to follow what your desire is and to allow yourself to receive so much love that it will blow open your heart in such a way that you'll meet all the resistance to receiving. In other words, if you allow love to come into your system, how many of you have noticed that there's a certain amount of love that you can receive before you start to shut down? You've noticed that sometimes it's easier to give than to receive. Yeah? So we all have a set point to how much joy, love, and connection and intimacy we can feel before we unconsciously pull, push, get anxious, disconnect, numb out, and have strategies to activate or deactivate the amount of love and intimacy that runs through our body. So instead of figuring out what are the problems in our lives and issues and blocks, we directly go to what is it that would open you? What is it that you long for? What is it that is your desire? What if you were to simply take space to receive the love that is here in this group, that is present here for you, and then watch as that love enters your nervous system and your body, and watching how you contract, close, disconnect, and sabotage from receiving that love. This is the practice. If we don't focus on what's not working, we simply open to more love, and then we meet the resistance that comes up as you open to more. Because we can trust then that what comes up as resistance is what's ready to be met now, rather than thinking, you know what, I've got a dad issue that I've been thinking about for the last few months. I think I'm ready to take space for that. Yeah, I think I'm ready to do my daddy issue now. So this is an example of mind informing the body to what you're ready to work on. The mind is saying, I think I want to work on dad today. Mind informing the body. That's not what we do here. You will simply not be allowed to get on the mat with that kind of orientation. But let's say, for example, you sleep tonight and you have this bizarre dream about your dad. And you're waking up in a cold sweat and your heart is pounding and you're sitting in the circle and there's something that your body is trying to communicate and you have no idea what is going on here, but you just feel like, I don't know what, I just feel ready. I just dream about my father and I feel this huge rage inside of me and I feel like there's some words that want to come out and I just need the space to allow that which wants to already move through my body. And then simply you move with it because your body has brought it to you, not your mind. So we move through the body, through the intelligence of the body, through what we call the open system. And the analogy, or one of my favorite quotes, that if you follow the work a lot, you'll know this one, Does anybody not know what a thimble is? A thimble is like a metal little cup that you put on your finger so that when you sew, you don't poke yourself with the needle. What is that called in Swiss German? A finger hat. All right. So imagine you're holding this finger hat and imagine the rain is pouring down, right? It's right now, if you looked outside, imagine it's pouring with rain. If you hold up a finger hat up into the sky, eventually that finger hat will be full of water, agreed? But if you only hold up a finger hat is all you will get. You will only ever experience what it's like to have a finger hat full of water. And what high IQ is, and the map work we do is to turn a finger hat into a bucket. So as you hold a bucket up, it's the same water coming down from the heavens. There is so much love and abundance. That's what the heavens are. It's the rain is love. It's connection, it's intimacy. And if you only hold a finger hat, it's the tiny amount of intimacy that you will experience. So somehow we need to go from a finger hat to a bucket, and from a bucket to a bath, and a bath to a swimming pool, and whatever comes next for you, that you increase. Sorry?
The ocean.
The ocean, yeah. We have to learn to increase our capacity to receive love from a finger hat to something much, much larger. And when you do, everything in your life changes without having to solve the problem. Can you imagine what would happen if you learned to receive from the divine, from each other, from the earth, so much more? That how that would impact your purpose, your relationships, your self-connection, your happiness. The problems you think are problems would instantly melt away because the problems are a result of a lack of connection with self and love. That's the primary. We go to the source. We go to what's actually going on, not the symptoms of the problems in your life. Deep breath. So that's the why and the what.